So we have minus 5x minus 3y less than or equal than 0, and they're telling you x has to be less than or equal than 0. So first of all, what you need to understand is you have a rectangular coordinate system, and you graph that equation. So if you have minus 5x minus 3y equals 0, you got 3y equal negative 5x, and so you have y 3y equal negative 5x, so y equal negative 5 over 3x. If you graph that, obviously it's going down. When x equals 0, well, you got right here, and then from this point, which is the y-intercept, you're going down 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're going to the right 3, 1, 2, 3. You got your second point, and technically the line associated to this equation is like this. Now, because x is less than or equal than 0, that means that you are going to focus only on the part where x is less than 0. So you're focusing only on this part, and the other one disappears. All right. Now, what you are going to do is going to say, okay, x is less than or equal than 0, so I can take easily x equals 0, so y equals negative 5 over 3.
Wouldn't that make it y equals 0 as well?
Sorry, oh my God. X equals 0, y equals 0. So that's the first point. But if you take another point right here, whatever the point is going to be, so if you want to take x equal negative 3, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, so if I take x equal negative 3, when x equal negative 3, y is going to be equal to negative 5. Plus 5. Okay, so now pretty easy for me to define what is the value of r. R is going to be equal to the square root of negative 3 square plus 5 square. So r equal the square root of 9 plus 25, meaning that r equal the square root of 34. Therefore, cosinus of the angle theta is equal to x divided by r, which is negative 3 divided by the square root of 34. Now, I don't like to have the square root of 34, so I'm going to multiply by square root of 34 both top and bottom, because I don't want to see a square root on my bottom. I rationalize my denominator, and I end up to have negative 3 square root of 34 divided by 34. Again, I do the same thing for my sinus. My sinus on my angle is equal y divided by r, which is going to be 5 divided by the square root of 34, and therefore it's going to be 5 square root of 34 divided by 34. Tangent, it's y divided by x, so it's going to be 5 divided by negative 3, negative 5 over 3. Cotangent, negative 3 over 5. We good?
So the r equals that square root.
So basically you are telling me that what you did is you went from the expression minus 5x minus 3y is equal to 0? Equal to 0. And then you said, well, I don't want to even picture my angle on my rectangular system. I know that x has to be less than or equal than 0. So you said I'm going to take x equal negative 1. You substitute x equal negative 1 and you end up to have y equal, you tell me that you find y equal 5 over 3. Up to there I'm fine. You got x and y, then you calculate r. You are calculating r, and I think this is where I think you need to pay very attention. Minus 1 square plus 5 over 3 square. And then you said, I'm just rewriting what you have on your paper. You got 1 plus 25 over 9. I would advise you to put a parenthesis right here, because you might make the mistake to not consider 9 as part of the square root. Okay, that's the first advice. So you end up, because at the end of what I see on your paper is something like that. And when I see that, for me, the 9 is not under the square root. So if you want, you can bring that down. Now my 9 is under my square root. Or if you just want to write something like this, use your parentheses. And now I know my square root is taking the whole parentheses, therefore my 9 is under my parentheses. Is under my square root is taking everything, so 34 over 9, my 9 is under the square root also. Okay, now, if you want to calculate your cosinus, the cosinus of the angle is equal to x divided by r, so your x was negative 1, so you end up to have negative 1 over the square root of 34 divided by 9. What is the square root of 34? It's 34 divided by the square root of 9, which is 3. And you end up to, at the end of the day, to have negative 1 multiply, you are going to convert the main fraction into a multiplication, and that means you are going to flip your second fraction. You with me?
Okay, so...
And so now you're getting a negative 3 divided by square root of 34. You multiply top and bottom by square root of 34 to get rid of the square root of 34. We are rationalizing the denominator, and we end up to have cosinus of the angle theta equal negative 3 square root of 34 divided by 34. Do we have exactly the same thing than previously? Yes, we do.
I had...
Okay?
Yeah, I had the... What was it?